Hey everyone, AI is like everywhere these days, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's exploding. But get this, the UK is building a whole supercomputer just for AI research.
Yeah.
It's called Isambard-AI, and it's going to be a total game changer.
It's going to be huge.
And we're lucky enough to have this technical paper from the team that built it.
Yeah, we're going deep on this one.
So in this deep dive, we're going to break down exactly what makes Isambard-AI so special
Right.
and why it's got everyone in the AI world buzzing.
It's a wild story. How a national need turned into this crazy cutting-edge project.
Yeah, it all started in spring 2023 with this UK report that basically said, hey, if we want to be leaders in AI, we need way more computing power.
Yeah, the report was called The Future of Compute. It was a big wake-up call, highlighted that we were really lacking serious supercomputing power dedicated to AI.
Yeah, they were behind.
Yeah.
And the UK government actually listened for once. They coughed up £900 million to boost supercomputing capabilities.
Yeah, right. They actually came through.
That's where the University of Bristol stepped up. They were already working on this powerful supercomputer called Isambard-3.
Right, they were ahead of the game.
And they saw an opportunity to just take it to a whole new level.
That's how Isambard-AI was born.
Yeah.
They really leveraged their expertise to create something, groundbreaking.
Right. And the speed at which this all happened is just mind-blowing. From first brainstorming to actually getting it running took less than a year.
It's insanely fast.
Less than a year.
I know, and for a project like this, that's basically unheard of. Phase 1 is already up and running, and the full system should be online by the end of this year.
This year. That's insane. And phase 1 being up and running already, I think that has to do with their use of a modular data center, right?
Yeah, big time.
That's a big part of why they were able to turn this around so quickly.
Totally. The MDC approach is key.
So for those of us who aren't, supercomputer engineers, break down what an MDC is and why it's such a big deal.
Okay, so imagine building with giant Lego blocks, but for data centers. These prefabricated units can be transported and assembled super quickly.
Okay.
Crazy fast.
Right.
The data center for Isambard-AI's phase 1, assembled in 1 day.
Wow. That's amazing. So it's like a plug-and-play supercomputer. But let's get down to what makes Isambard-AI so special in terms of what it can actually do.
Okay, so unlike your regular supercomputers, this one was designed specifically for AI research from the ground up.
Okay.
It's purpose-built to handle those massive demands of things like large language models. We call them LLMs.
Right, LLMs. Those are the brains behind chatbots and AI assistants.
Exactly. And training those models takes a ton of data processing.
Okay.
And that's where Isambard-AI comes in. It's got an insane amount of NVIDIA's most powerful GPUs, 5,448 of them, the Grace Hopper superchips.
Wow.
These chips are designed to be like the workhorses of AI. And together, they deliver 21 exaflops of performance.
Okay. Exaflops sounds very impressive, but I'm not sure what that means.
Right. It's a crazy number.
So what does that translate to in real-world results?
Okay, so imagine being able to analyze a data set that would usually take months or years to process. Isambard-AI could do it in a few days, maybe even hours.
Oh, wow. So it's like a massive speed boost.
Totally. It's like giving researchers a time machine, and this leap in performance puts it in a league of its own. It's got 30 times more power than any other AI-focused supercomputer in the UK.
30 times? That's wild. But all that power, it's got to come with a crazy energy bill, right?
You'd think so. But they have this really clever design element, direct liquid cooling.
Direct liquid cooling. Is this sci-fi stuff?
It's pretty high-tech, but it's becoming a popular way to keep high-performance computers from overheating.
Okay.
And the system in Isambard-AI is so efficient that they've achieved a power usage effectiveness, we call it PUE, of under 1.1.
PUE, what does that mean?
Basically, it means they're getting the most out of every watt of energy. It's a measure of how efficiently a data center uses power. A score under 1.1. That's incredibly efficient.
So it's a powerhouse, but it's eco-friendly too.
Exactly. They're setting a new standard for sustainability.
That's awesome. But how do researchers actually use this supercomputer?
Well, that's another area where Isambard-AI shines. It's what we call cloud native.
Okay.
So researchers can access it through online interfaces that they're already used to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's super user-friendly. It's like having the power of a supercomputer, but with the convenience of your laptop.
Right, so no steep learning curve. That's great. Can you give me an example of what a cloud-native interface actually looks like?
Sure. So think about tools like Jupyter Notebooks.
Okay.
They're really popular in data science and AI.
Mm-hmm.
Researchers can access Isambard AI through those familiar interfaces.
Okay.
So it's easy, they can write code, run experiments, analyze results,
Right.
and all of this is within a web browser.
Wow. So they can just log in, use their favorite tools, and start crunching data on this supercomputer without having to learn a whole new system.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And it gets even better because Isambard AI also has multi-tenancy capabilities.
Okay.
So multiple researchers and projects can share resources efficiently.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, everyone gets the computing power they need.
So it's like a supercomputer timeshare.
Uh-huh. Yeah, kind of.
Everyone gets access without having to buy the whole thing.
Exactly. It maximizes the use of this incredible resource.
Right.
It just means a wider range of research can be done.
Now, we've talked about the hardware, the accessibility,
Right.
but let's dive a bit deeper into the software side.
Okay.
What kind of tools and software will researchers actually be using?
Well, one of the most exciting things about Isambard AI is that it uses cloud-native technologies.
Oh,
Like it leverages tools like Kubernetes.
okay. Kubernetes, I've heard that term, but I'm not really sure what it is.
So think of Kubernetes like a conductor
Okay.
for an orchestra of applications. And the orchestra in this case is made up of containers.
Like containers, like those big metal shipping containers?
Uh-huh. In software, a container is like a package that holds everything an application needs to run.
Okay.
So it's a self-contained environment, makes it super easy to deploy and manage software.
Oh, okay. So it's like a mini world for each application.
Exactly. And Kubernetes is like the conductor, orchestrating all these containers.
Got it.
Make sure they have the resources they need, that they're running smoothly, that they can all talk to each other.
So instead of researchers having to set up and manage all these applications themselves,
Yeah,
Kubernetes just does it for them.
exactly. It takes care of all that behind-the-scenes stuff so researchers can focus on the research.
That's so smart. Frees up their time to actually focus on the science, not the IT problems.
Exactly. And because of this, Isambard AI is super versatile. You can handle tons of different AI workloads, from training those huge language models we talked about, to running complex simulations, to analyzing massive data sets.
Wow. So whatever AI research you're doing, Isambard-AI can support it.
Pretty much. It's a platform for, pushing the boundaries of AI in all these different disciplines, from healthcare to climate science to materials engineering.
Speaking of all those different disciplines,
Wow.
let's explore some of the potential applications in those fields. I'm really curious about the impact this supercomputer could have on real-world problems.
Okay. Yeah, the potential is huge. So let's start with healthcare. Imagine using Isambard AI to analyze these massive genomic data sets to identify patterns and develop personalized treatments for diseases like cancer.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach to medicine,
Right.
we could have treatments tailored to an individual's genetic makeup?
Exactly. It could totally change how we treat diseases, makes treatments way more effective, and minimize side effects.
What about climate change? How could Isambard-AI help us with that?
Climate modeling is super complex. It needs a lot of data processing.
Okay.
Isambard AI could let scientists create much more accurate models, leading to better predictions of future climate patterns.
So we could understand how the climate's changing better and come up with better strategies to deal with it.
Absolutely. And don't forget materials science.
Mm.
Isambard AI could be used to simulate the properties of new materials at the atomic level.
So instead of spending years in a lab,
Right.
they could just run simulations on the supercomputer.
Exactly. So much faster. It could lead to the development of lighter, stronger, more sustainable materials for everything. Airplanes, solar panels, you name it.
Wow, the possibilities are really endless. It sounds like Isambard-AI could completely transform these fields and many more.
Yeah, it's really exciting. But you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility.
That's a good point. All this talk about the power and potential of Isambard-AI makes me think about the ethical side of things. AI is powerful, and we need to use it responsibly. What are they doing to make sure Isambard-AI is used for good?
Oh yeah, for sure. They've thought about that a lot. I mean, they've implemented all these security measures and access controls, to make sure the supercomputer is used responsibly. And there are guidelines for research projects
Right.
to make sure everything aligns with ethical standards.
Makes sense.
And they evaluate all the potential risks really carefully.
So they're building in safeguards from the beginning,
Exactly.
which is good, yeah. But even with those measures,
Yeah.
AI development raises all these bigger questions for society, right?
Oh, totally.
There are concerns about jobs being replaced
Right.
and how AI will impact our lives as it gets more sophisticated.
Yeah, these are big questions.
How is the Isambard AI team addressing those issues?
Well, they're being proactive. They're having discussions about the impact of AI,
Okay.
and they're promoting what they call responsible innovation.
I like that term.
Yeah. And they're working with, experts in ethics, law, social sciences.
Oh, wow. So they're bringing in people from different fields?
Yeah, they want to make sure that the research done on Isambard AI aligns with our values
That's great.
and, contributes to, well, making things better for humanity.
So it's not just about the technology itself, but about how it affects people.
Exactly.
It sounds like they're really trying to think ahead and guide the development of AI in a positive direction.
Yeah, they get it. They know AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used in good ways and bad ways.
Right.
It's up to us to make sure it's used for good.
So true. And that brings us to the future. We've talked about what Isambard AI can do now and its potential,
Right.
but what's next for this project? What are they working on
Well, phase one is already working, and the full system should be online by the end of the year.
this year?
Yeah, so basically, we're about to see a ton of new AI research happening in the UK.
It's like a whole new era of AI innovation is about to begin. Can you give us a sneak peek into what kind of research they'll be focusing on?
Well, one of the big things is going to be these large language models, the LLMs we talked about.
Yeah, those are fascinating.
With Isambard AI, researchers can develop even more advanced LLMs, ones that can understand and generate human language, like incredibly well. Imagine breaking down language barriers or being able to just talk to your computer like you would a friend.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, right. It sounds like sci-fi, but it could become reality.
And that's just one example.
Yeah. Isambard AI will also speed up research in areas like drug discovery.
Oh, wow.
Imagine designing personalized medicine based on your DNA or developing cures for diseases we can't cure now.
That would be incredible. What about things like climate modeling and material science?
But climate science, it could lead to these super accurate climate models.
Okay.
So we can really understand what's happening to our planet and figure out the best ways to address climate change.
Right.
And for material science, it could change how we design and develop new materials, making them lighter, stronger, more sustainable. This can change everything from buildings to airplanes to the stuff we use every day.
It sounds like Isambard AI could help us solve some of the biggest problems we're facing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's really exciting.
And the best part is, the team behind Isambard AI wants to make this technology accessible to researchers all over the world.
Not just in the UK.
No, globally. They want to encourage collaboration and sharing knowledge to drive innovation.
Oh, that's fantastic. So it's not about one country taking the lead,
Right, yeah.
but about everyone working together to make AI better for everyone.
It's all about collaboration. We're all facing these challenges together, and we need to work together to solve them. Isambard AI is a great example of that. It shows what we can achieve when we combine our ideas and our skills, and it gives me hope for the future. We can use technology to build a better world.
Well said. This deep dive into the world of Isambard AI has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been fun.
We've learned so much about this groundbreaking supercomputer, the technology, the potential, and the team's dedication to using it responsibly. It's clear that Isambard AI is going to have a huge impact on the world, and I can't wait to see what incredible discoveries come out of it. A huge thank you to our expert for taking us on this journey, and to all of you listening, we hope you enjoyed this deep dive and that it's left you feeling inspired about the future of AI.